everyone, this is Scotty Rowe over here in Mount Clemens, Michigan, just north of Detroit. Today I'm going to show you guys how I smoke a turkey. We got dinner coming up in a few hours, and it's real easy peasy, no big deal. I'm going to show you how I can do it in my little smoker, and hopefully it turns out well. It's going to take about 3.5 hours, and it's a pretty simple process. So let me take you inside, show you what we got to do to prep this bird, get it on the fire, and we'll go from there. One other thing, folks, you know, I'm not a professional chef. I'm just a guy who likes to eat and to have a passion for it. So I'm just giving this a try. And if you're looking for like a Martha Stewart show or something really neat and clean, this ain't it. I'm just a guy with a barbecue and a lighter. All right, here we are, folks. Meijer, they had frozen turkeys on sale for like 49 cents, maybe it was 59 cents a pound. I got this 15-pound bird for a little over $5. I can't even get a Cornish hen for that. So I bought the bird and thought, what the heck, let's throw it in the smoker and see how it goes. Now we're going to do this real easy peasy. We're going to go ahead and just chop up what we got in the fridge. No special ingredients really needed. We're just going to stuff this bird with what I ever have, with the seasonings I have. And here's what we're going to do. I've already chopped up. I've got a lemon, some apple, I got some carrots, and I went ahead and got some sweet peppers and kind of chopped them up. Over here we have onion and a clove of garlic I chopped up. Over here we got celery and asparagus. And so I'm just throwing that asparagus in there for, hey, what the heck? We'll see what happens. I've got some seasonings. Obviously I'm going to salt the bird and put some pepper on there. We're going to use a little bit of garlic salt. That's some pretty powerful stuff, so just a little bit of that. And celery salt, a little basil, thyme. Now this butter, I've got this roasted garlic and herb butter spread. I'm going to mix it with some more butter, and I'll show you how I put that on the bird later. Now I'm going to be using some apple chips to smoke the bird. But that's basically it. I'm going to go ahead and get this bird out, and it's been thawed out and everything. I'm just going to take it out of the container. We're going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to mix all these ingredients together, at least you know, the fruits there and the vegetables. It's a little bit of salt, and once I have the bird ready to go, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, folks, so here's the plan. I'm just going to mix everything up. We've got, like I mentioned earlier, we got our apples. We've got carrot, sweet peppers, red, yellow, orange. We're going to go ahead and put them in a bowl. We've got asparagus and celery. We're going to throw that in the bowl. Our onion and our clove of garlic. It's all chopped up. That's going in. We're going to go ahead and throw the lemon in there. Get these bowls out of the way. All right, now I'm going to just chop up a little bit of butter. Throw that in there. It's soft. That way I can kind of, rather than just throwing chunks inside the turkey, I'm just going to throw it in here. No rules. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of our coarse sea salt and put a little in there. It's not coming out very fast, but we've got some in there now. Oh yeah, let's get the my pepper grinder here, and let's go ahead and get a bunch of pepper in there. Absolutely. Awesome. You know what? I've got a little of this black pepper, which is a little different. Go ahead and get some of that in there. Why not? Okay, we're going to put, I already have salt and garlic, but we're just going to do a little bit of basil. And I don't measure anything. Doesn't matter. Some celery salt. We're going to throw that in there. And just a little bit of thyme. It's got a lot of flavor, so we're just going to do a little bit of that. All right, there we go. I'm just going to mix this stuff up. Just kind of smash that butter in there. Excuse me. Okay, I've got that all mixed up. I'm going to grab this bird out of the sink. I went ahead and rinsed the bird inside and out, washed it thoroughly. It's dry. And now I'm going to go ahead and stuff the bird with this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and stuff this bird with our little mixture from what we had in the fridge. Just going to shove it on in there. You guys have all done this before. It smells delicious. A lot of garlic. Oh, it smells amazing. Fruit, vegetables, garlic, salt. I'm dropping stuff on the floor. Passionate chef. Doesn't matter. We'll clean up later. Okay, that's in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this bird up. Takes a minute. Not going to bore you with the details, but I got some twine. We're going to go ahead and tie this closed, kind of seal it up a little bit, bring the wings down, keep them close to the body so they don't burn. It all cooks even. The thing I'm going to do with this bird is I've gone ahead and put my hand underneath this skin, and I've actually, from the front side, my bad, from the front side I've gone in here and I've loosened up the skin from the turkey breast. I'm going to take this little mixture of salt and pepper I've got, just put it in my hand, and I'm going to put my hand in there and just kind of smear it around. Get a little salt and pepper in there on the turkey breast inside there. Just to get a little seasoning underneath the skin. I also have another little secret ingredient I'm going to go ahead and do. Okay, I've got this garlic butter. It's herb and garlic butter spread. And you can use regular butter, whatever you want, but I'm going to go ahead, and this is just going to give it a little extra flavor and a lot more, it's going to keep it a little tender as it cooks as well. And just kind of smearing that all over the breast in there. And it's going to melt down. You can use regular butter. You can add a little, any type of seasonings you want in there. I'm going to keep the majority of it towards the top because it will melt and run down, obviously. And it's sticking to my fingers pretty bad. But we can work out. You want to be careful with the skin. You don't stretch it too far and break it. Oh yeah, awesome. All right, so that's that. Next step, we're going to go ahead and season the outside of the bird. This next step, I'm going to take a little oil and rub it on the bird. I'm not prepared. Okay, there we are. Okay, we're going to take a little oil and rub it on our turkey. You can use just about any kind of oil. Olive oil, for example. I'm going to use some peanut oil today. I use a lot of peanut oil when I work with fish, and I've never used it on a turkey. But I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of peanut oil in there. Adds a little flavor, but it's going to make the seasonings I put on here stick. So just go ahead, get it a little damp. You don't have to be perfect. Be sloppy. Just get it all over the skin. That way, when you put a little salt and pepper on here, it will stick. All right, very good. Plenty. All right, now I'm just going to take some of that sea salt. And you can use any kind of seasonings you want, folks. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you prefer. But cover, everything if you can. That's just a little sea salt. I'm just going to also grab, I think it's around here somewhere. I've lost it, my black pepper. Well, in the meantime, a little bit of garlic salt. I found the black pepper. Just a little bit of garlic salt, not too much. For some reason, this particular brand, Lowry's, is very potent. There's my black pepper. Okay. All right, just coat the entire bird with this as well. Now, I've got some things behind me here that I just thought of I'm gonna do. I have some herb and garlic. I use it on chicken a lot. I might as well use it on here. It's fabulous. It's McCormick's. Or, oh, even better, McCormick's Montreal chicken. All right, this is a turkey, but you know what? It's pretty close. Now this stuff is fantastic. I use it on my chickens a lot. It comes out quite heavy, so you got to be careful. I think they need smaller holes for this stuff. I think they do that on purpose, so you use more. All right, I'm going to try to roll this bird over. But you get the idea, okay? Whatever seasons you want, put it on there. All right, we're good. I might try one more thing. This is that roasted herb and garlic. Just throw that in there, what the heck. I like flavor, lots of flavor as you can tell. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm gonna now tie the bird up again. I told you earlier I was gonna do that, but now's the time to do that once you get the seasonings on the outside of the bird. Last ingredient, I'm gonna do a little injection. I've never done injection before. We're gonna go ahead and use a little Tony's checker injection. And this is a Creole butter type. Just go real slow. Put it in all over the breast. I'm only going to do, I think, half the bird. I keep squeezing it before I shove it in, making a mess. You don't want to go too far, or you'll actually just put it into the cavity. Also, hit the legs. And I'm not in a very good part of the leg there. There we go. And I'm going to have to fill this back up. It's a very small injector. Okay, once again, we'll go into the leg here a little bit. Go real slow. I'm going to hit the thigh. Just in a couple spots, because that's pretty juicy meat anyway. All right, this baby's ready to go on the grill. Okay, folks, I got this bird ready to go. She's all tied up. I've got her just in a tin baking pan. I've got it on a little bit of a rack, just so the juices can drip down. And what I'm going to do, we're going to smoke this thing in a standard Weber grill. Nothing fancy. It's a 3-burner, and I've only got one of the burners on high. That's in the back. We're at about 300 degrees. Kind of want to maintain around 300 degrees. It's about a 15-pound bird, so we're thinking 3.5 hours, give or take. And we just want to do a slow 290 degree bake for about 3.5, 4 hours. It should be fine by then. And we've got my apple wood chip smoking here, and here's what I'm going to do. We don't need any fancy smokers. I've taken out one of my grates and I put in a little pie pan here, and I've got some apple wood chips in there. They're just now beginning to smoke. You probably can't see that at this point, but it's going to get pretty smoky in there in a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this turkey pan in on the one side of the oven. I'm going to keep it towards the front so we don't have direct heat underneath the turkey, and it's going to be indirect. We'll show you that in a second. All right, folks, what I've done, I've replaced my second grate on top of the wood chips. I've placed the turkey in there, and I had to crunch up my tin a little bit just to make it fit a little better. I don't want any direct heat. My burner here is over in this section here, so it's going to be indirect heat. I don't want the turkey sitting right over the flames. So this should maintain about 300 degrees, and I'm going to close it up and we'll see how it goes. I'll check on it periodically. The turkey's been in there about an hour. We got a lot of smoke, like I told you. So that pie pan seems to be working just fine. We're at consistent 300 degrees, just like I thought. And just checking on the apple wood, and it looks like we got plenty in there. I'll probably have to add a little in a while. Okay, we're just going to let it go another hour or so. I went ahead and spun the turkey around just to give it a little more even cook, because I am using this back burner here, and so I just spun the bird around just to give it a little more even cook. I'm also going to turn down, we were about, on this thermometer here, we were about 300 degrees. I'm going to just turn down and get it, maybe 290 or so, just because of how brown the bird is. I'm going to turn the temperature down a little bit. Turkey, again, we're doing pretty well. I'm running out of chips in my little pie pan here. So what I've got to do is just drop some more down between the grates here, and she'll start smoking again. It's not like you have to have smoke constantly. It just adds flavor anyway. It's not the reason for the cooking. It's the temperature that cooks the meat, obviously. And we just want to add a little, I'm using cherry wood or apple wood. So I just want to add a little apple wood smoke to this, and you can see I'm just dropping into my little pie pan here some of these little chips and putting them down through the grates. I'm not burning myself or anything either, but that's all I'm doing. And that way, you know what, we don't have to go buy these $100, $200, $500 smokers. Why do that? Pie pan, like 50 cents, right? Throw it underneath your grates, good to go. Look at this thing. It's looking fantastic, isn't it? It still has another hour and a half to go or so, and then in about an hour I'm going to start checking temperature. And I believe, I'm going to double check this, but I believe it needs to be about 165 internal. I'll double check on that. I'm no chef. But anyways, looking good so far. Well, folks, here it is, the finished product. Took it off the grill, out of the smoker. About 15 minutes ago, it's been sitting, and hopefully it's going to be as good as I think it is. Let's go ahead and give it a little cut here and see what we got. Hopefully it's juicy. I cooked it for about 3.5 hours, but the internal temperature was only about 150, so I let it go another half hour. Well, that's pretty good. This is fantastic. It tastes delicious. The applewood smoke flavor is to die for. Seasonings and that Cajun injector, or whatever kind of injector I used, it is very tasty inside. The one thing, though, I will say, the internal temperature, once you get to 165, you want to take it off the grill. And I was at 150 at about 3.5 hours. I was 150. I let it go 30 minutes. It jumped to 175. This thing would be spewing juices had I only gone 10, 12, 15 minutes extra. I did 30, and I probably overdid it slightly, but it is moist. It's just not spewing the juices like I would rather have it do. But that's how you can smoke a turkey on a regular grill. Nothing special. You don't have to have any fancy equipment. Don't go buy any big, huge smoker grills or anything. I used my Weber. You saw what I did. And this is the product, and it's fantastic. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.